Well, acid reflux is a common issue across the U.S. According to the Cleveland Clinic, 20% of all adults suffer from chronic acid reflux. Marty Salt is putting your family first tonight and explains why doctors say it's treatable.
Some people know it all too well, the uncomfortable feeling after a big meal or eating certain foods.
When people say reflux, acid reflux, they think of heartburn and indigestion.
Doctors say there are two main culprits.
What causes acid reflux is diet and lifestyle.
Fatty, fried, and spicy foods are often associated with reflux, but Harvard Health says tomatoes, onions, garlic, and even chocolate can also cause problems. Certain beverages can trigger issues too. This includes coffee, tea, alcohol, and soda.
The most acidic thing we have are soft drinks.
Doctors warn it's not only what you eat, but when you eat.
The number one risk factor for reflux of this type is eating too late, and overeating in particular.
Experts say it's best to finish eating 3 hours before going to bed. That means avoiding late night snacks too. Sleeping on an incline or on the left side can also help. And avoid clothes that are too tight or put pressure on the abdomen. With ways to reduce the risk of reflux, Marty Salt, WGEM News.